Sorry about that. I have myself muted yet again. Welcome to Watching with Styles. Appreciate you guys watching. Another week, man. Another bad week. Back-to-back weeks of not doing what we should be doing. I don't mind giving up great effort and losing. If that happens, it happens. I mean, those guys are, as I say all the time, Coach gave me best advice a long time ago when I came to Kentucky. Those other guys on the other side of the line of scrimmage are on scholarship too. And that's the truth. But for me, execution is everything. And I'm going to spend this first, 15 minutes probably, dealing with questions that I received. I received a lot of questions after the game. And it's interesting because this is how I feel. I watched the game initially as a fan, as we all watch. And you see things like the blocked field goal. I said something that I was totally wrong on. Totally wrong. But then when I watched it, I'm like, okay, I was wrong on that. 2 to 3 additional times to really give a feeling of what really is happening in the game. So, if you only watch it once, I'm really not going to hear what you're saying. I'm really not. Because it takes more than that. So, let me delve into these questions. So, one of my former teammates, Mark Wilson, said that, why don't we run more boots waggles, double moves? Well, we did. Now, the boot and the waggle is different from the shotgun spread. We ran, I guess it'd be more of a boot 3 to 4 times. So we did try it. The double moves, and we do double moves. The problem is, I'm going to show you, I don't know if it's first half, second half. We tried double move, and the defensive back is on you. I said this last week. I said it on Monday, on Friday. I've said it for years. I played corner. And I played corner. I had 8 picks in my career at Kentucky. And that's really in 3 years because I didn't play my freshman year on defense, only on special teams. If you are not faster than me, and I'm not scared of I'm not respectful of your speed, I'm sitting on everything. And when I'm sitting on everything, it's problems. It's hard. So when I don't respect your speed, it's hard for a receiver to get open. It just is. Because I'm going to, like I say, in college football, you can jam anywhere on the field. I'm just going to jam your ass. I'm going to hip. Once my hands got on you, it was over. And I'm not the only DB that happens. You'll see it in Georgia game. Once they get your hands on you, it's ball game. Right, Elliot. We ran out and up in Mizzou for the touchdown. Exactly. So we do run double moves. Double moves don't work unless I'm fearful of you coming over the top. I got an email from Hamilton. Hamilton said, "Do you think the offense do anything differently with play calling?" No. The reason why, it doesn't matter what freaking call you call. If the offense doesn't execute, you're in problems. You can make the perfect call. If you don't execute, you're in problems. And like I said, I don't like when we have to scheme things to get the guys open. This is college. When a team is playing you press man to man, that's mano a mano. I don't care what call the coach makes. You should be able to win over half of your battles. As a corner, if I'm in press and I don't have help on the top, I got to help single high safety. Single high safety doesn't help anything on the numbers and to the sideline. He's in the middle of the field. So anything ran really between the hash and the top of the numbers, all the way to the sideline is basically that corner. Now that single high safety can help you if you get beat, and maybe he can stop a touchdown from happening. But that's about it. Now again, I forgot to say this. You can hit me up on Periscope, Twitter, like Elliot did a minute ago. Or you can hit me up at vstyle17. I'm also on YouTube live. So let's go to another question. Give me time to keep filling up because I got a lot of tweets. Chicken Chips said, I think fans want to know why is it this bad and how can you have confidence it will change in the future? It isn't like another coach recruited and developed this. Well, Elliot, you just have to want it more. It's more than that though, Elliot. You got to have some ability to set up people. You got to have ability to know how to set up a receiver for a route. You don't have to be fast technically to set up a corner, but you better be very good at it. So it's this bad because we missed on some recruits, and this is going to probably hit a lot of people. All right. Recruiting. Now, if this was the NFL and Coach Stoops was a GM, and then I would fire Stoops in a heartbeat. He'll be gone. Right? Because the GM isn't getting the players into the building that we need to succeed. But this is college football. It's different. This is the last time an athlete can pick the organization, institution, program, whatever you want to call it, that he wants to go to. So, you cannot tell me with a straight face that we have not tried to recruit, that we didn't offer high echelon receivers. You can't say that. The problem is they're not coming. Now, you can say, well, they're not coming because of offense. Well, I can counter that in a few ways, but I'm going to counter with something that is current. Julio Jones came to Bama. Julio Jones, I think, was Nick Saban's first recruit. But he was from Alabama. It helps. In-state talent. All right? Now I'm going to tell you about Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. Now, people in my neck of the woods. LSU didn't have no passing game. Remember who's the head coach? Les Miles. They came to LSU. In-state talent. They wanted to play for the in-state team. All right? That's two. That's two teams. Now I'm going to hit you with this one. This is the last one. DK Metcalf and A.J. Brown went to Ole Miss. Ole Miss wasn't that good before they got there. They had the Laquan Treadwell. I think Laquan's from Illinois because I saw him play. But those two boys decided to stay in state because I think one of them wanted to go to Mississippi State because one is from Starkville and one is from what's Ole Miss? I can't remember where Ole Miss is. And they decided, I think they went to a camp and decided, okay, we're going to go to the same place. They decided to go to Ole Miss. In-state talent. So I've been saying this for forever. And Stoops has proved me wrong to a point. And I've said it. It's hard to win at Kentucky because your in-state talent just isn't good enough. Now, has the in-state talent improved? Yes, but it's quality, not quantity. You need numbers. It's hard. It's hard to recruit a kid from out of state to leave the school that's in their state, who's a very good school, to come to Kentucky. It's difficult. So now you're relying on getting Oxford. Thanks, Elliot. Now you are relying on these out-of-state kids to be 4 and 5 star to come here. Now, Elliot, here's the thing. Now, thank you, Elliot, for saying. Elliot says, seems like we develop other positions well. Because you can find a running back anywhere. That's the problem with running backs. There are tons of them. Every school pretty much has a decent running back. Every good school has a decent running back. So the big schools can't get every damn running back. It's easy to get a running back. That's why the NFL doesn't put a premium on running backs anymore. That's why it's hard to get a first round draft pick as a running back anymore. Because you can find them guys. Look on any NFL team and see, you can like, why did he play college? Running back is easy. Now that offensive line, think about it. Where's Landon Young from? Where's Drake Jackson from? They're from in-state. It helps. We lost 2 wide receivers that I think could have helped us. Now, we did get Timmons. Now, that's the other thing. I hate saying this, but Kentucky, the level of competition isn't as high as it is in other states, especially the southern states. It's just not. So remember when we got Timmons and we thought he was going to be the dude, and he didn't really turn out to be that? Now, we lost Rundell and we lost the kid that went to Nebraska. That's hard because now you're saying you got to get every guy. Come on. We just missed. Remember when we had, in 20, Terry came in 2018. Remember 2016 when Drew Barker was going to be the quarterback and he got hurt? Remember how we were spreading out and we had receivers? We recruited receivers. We just missed on these. We missed. And the thing about recruiting is if you don't get, you recruit, you over, Wandale, thank you. You over recruit, right? Because you got to put your feet out. Now, if the guys that are on your high level comes to you, and you'll save a scholarship or two just because you want that top guy. But if they don't come, what are you going to do? What can you do? There's nothing you can do. We can all say play calling. Play calling, yes. Be more creative. Listen to me. If you guys can't get open, they can't get open. The problem is the receivers. It's period. That's what it is. And people say, like, I'm totally getting, should take a shot. How you going to take a shot? Did we not take a shot against Mizzou last week? That's a wasted down. No one's open. We took a shot against Ole Miss. We took shots. For what? Defenses are not respecting you just for taking a shot. Defense respects you because you got a guy who can take a shot and score. We don't have that. I like Josh Ali a lot. Josh Ali is a number 2 at the most receiver on a good receiving team. The fact that Lynn Bowden left hurts that makes other guys come up a little bit faster than what they thought they would. But now my buddy Jeff Fugit, I hope I'm saying his name right, said, like I keep telling you, and you know the point, whose fault is it? It's okay, you can actually say it's not the coach's fault. Now I know fans want to blame the damn coaches all the time. Fans want to blame the coaches all the time. Hold on, I'm getting messages on YouTube. Brandon McCall said, when we had Neil Brown for you, we actually recruited receivers at Jeff Badet. Yes. Josh Ali, yes. Thank you. He said Josh will be the third target. That's facts. That's just facts, man. If you want to blame it on the coaching, blame it on the coaching. Do all you want to. Elliot said, develop a basic short to mid-range play action game. Okay. Let me explain something. Play action works. Know when play action works? In zone coverage. In zone coverage. So know what the play action usually does? Play action is for the linebackers to creep up and you have a space between the linebackers and the safeties. That's why you play action fake. So you draw the linebackers up to the line of scrimmage, sneak someone behind them, and now you got 8 to 10 yards completion. The problem is when teams are playing man-to-man, you can play action fake all you want. No one's looking at the quarterback. Most of these teams are playing man. The majority of the game. Now, do they mix in the zone? Yeah. When it's 3rd and 8. A lot of these teams now play press man a lot. So play action fake ain't going to freaking work because there's nothing to fool. Okay, now I got from Anthony Burdan wannabe. Kentucky Joe 84. Stoops in his 8 year. If he doesn't have a receiver to go down the field and catch a football, then it's his fault. Again, how you going to freaking get somebody here unless he wants to come here? If you can prove to me without a shadow of a doubt that they're not recruiting high level receivers, and then prove to me that they're turning them down when they want to come here, then I would agree with you. But that's not factually true. What do you want? He had years where he had deep threats. That's all Steven Johnson did. That's all he did. Now, if Crowder continues continues on his path to UK, he looks like he can give some speed. If Dane Key, my ex-teammate Dante's son, come, he looks like he has some speed. But you got to work with who comes to you. You have no choice. We had a freaking spread offense. We tried spread twice. As I said, as I did a few years ago, I did an Eddie Gran when he's at Cincinnati. Look at that tape. Eddie Gran likes to throw the ball deep. He likes to spread the field. But if you ain't got it, you can't run it. Well, the only reason, you can't run the same play twice. You can't run the same play many times. It's just like you can run in high school because kids are not smart, and the defensive coordinator probably not that smart. But in college, it's just like when we ran the unbalanced formation to the field and we kept running it back to the boundary. They finally, in the second half, they adjusted. Defense are going to adjust. The players are pretty smart on average. They're going to adjust. And the defensive coordinator is definitely damn smart, and they're going to adjust. So you can't keep running all the time. They didn't. If you want to say that, they lost route running last year, not really. They had all summer. Route running is kind of like tackling. Just got to work on it. And you got to have it here. No, Ellie, I did not address the Lamar Thomas comments because I saw it. I take it with a grain of salt. But what he's saying, I'm not sure is true or not. I'm not at practice, so I'm not sure. Nick Moses said, how long does a coach get? The fucking coach is, a couple wins away from being the second winners in school history? Are you freaking kidding me? In 2018, he torched teams deep. You saw the Louisville game. I think we had 3 or 4 passes over 30 yards. This team just doesn't have it. Lynn Bolden would be your star receiver this year. And with Lynn Bolden as a star receiver, it slots everybody down in their right spot. I think that's all I got. So those are the questions. So I hope you understand. I understand coaching. Trust me. I played for some damn good coaches, and we still didn't win. In my career at Kentucky, I won 7, 11, 15 freaking games in 4 years. 15 freaking games in 4 years. And I played with a coach, Coach Arch, who coached LSU when I was young, who went to be a coach at the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers. He came back to Kentucky. Damn good coach. I coached, my position coach was Coach Smith. Coach Smith went to Tulane with that undefeated team they had in 2000, I think. I think the quarterback went to play for the Bucks. Can't think of his name right now. I played for some damn good coaches. We still didn't win because players win freaking games. And I said this many times. Michael Smith agreed when he was in between. Now Michael Smith, I have some stuff on Michael Smith that I said I got the info from someone that I just cannot dish it out. Michael Smith is holding some grudges because he was ousted for a reason that was all his fault. Lynn Tweedy wish he stayed. Yes. Although I don't blame him for leaving, but it would have helped the program for him to stay because it just messed up the the progression. It's like I always say, we had LSU had a quarterback that had issues, and he messed up the whole process of each quarterback coming up. Jordan Young had to play too early. What's Jordan? Jeffrey? Whatever, I can't think of his name. Jordan had to play too early. It just messed up the whole progression of the quarterbacks. You lose a guy. That's what happens sometimes. All right. So I think I handled all the questions. Seems like I got 2 new ones. Let's see. Answer all the questions. So let's get into the film. All right. This game is frustrating, man. It's frustrating because it's not like in the past where teams are just totally better than us. Missed opportunities. Last week it was execution. This week it's missed opportunities. Now, another reason why it's tough to run a jet sweep all the time is because these guys on the other side in white are very fast from sideline to sideline. You don't want to string it out. You want to attack them guys this way, usually. Now, you can get them here and there, but typically you want to attack them guys just straight horizontally, I guess if you want to call it from here. Horizontally, not vertically. Now, we're in 3rd and 4. Now, I highlighted this play. This is seems like people getting on this O-line, and it's not the O-line's fault. I'm not saying they're perfect. No one is perfect. But look, when we get a chance of hat no hat, we're dominating. That is, no one has touched him until he gets 6-7 yards down the field. Now, this will state my case of now. Set your block up. Now I'm nitpicking now. I'm nitpicking. This is a great run. You don't want to go this way because this guy's faster than you. You want to go this way, hopefully set up this and this block, right? See that? If he goes up the field, maybe he makes him miss. But watch the speed. He runs them down. Those guys are just too fast. That's why jet sweeps typically don't work. But just think about it. If he goes upfield, maybe right behind Drake's back, just keep pushing him forward. Maybe we can get 4 or 5 more yards. Joey's not that fast. He's not scoring. But every yard counts. Like this. This is the one I highlighted earlier. This is why quarterbacks, everybody, you are not going to go back inside. These guys are running this way. You want to go this way. Don't ever turn it back inside because that's where all the bodies are. There's less bodies on the outside. You don't want to turn it back in because these guys are coming for you. That's true. That is how you get holding calls, especially in pass protection. Now, we are oozing them. We're getting 3. It's kind of like in Missouri did us last week. 3-4 yards a pop. That's what you want. Get yourself in 3rd and manageable. Now, I just want to. Nah, he did the right thing. He should have. Now, we just didn't make it. So now we have to punt. Now, this is defense. We have to get off the field. Make our statement. Offense is one unit. Defense is another unit. We got to do what we're supposed to do. Offense gave you good field position. They inside the 15. We got to do a better job of manning up. We are so consistently inconsistent. It's mind-boggling. Now, this is how, and we did this too. This is how you spread a defense out to get this box light. Now we only have 6. Now this guy has to space out because of the trips over here. Then we have a H-back. I would have wished he would just come in a little bit sooner. He has no responsibility for this. Doesn't fool the quarterback that you're this far out, because you would think he would have curl flat, you would have hook curl. He's too far out, and that's why he's this guy. He's this cutback guy. If he was a little bit closer, we would have been able to make that tackle a little bit sooner. See that? He was a little bit closer, a little bit sooner. We could have made that tackle there instead of getting that running back shoulders downhill and having to catch him. Those are the little nuances that hurts. Now, this bothers me. And if you've been watching me any time, you read the big boys. The ones that don't lie use the guard. Watch the guard and tackle pull. Now, I want you to watch this guy. He reacts, but Jamin is slow. Square reacts now. You look through the ball to the guard to the quarterback. Don't want to get fooled too much. These guys typically don't lie. He gets there quick. Jamin needs to be right next to him. He needs to be closer. Since he's late, this lineman's able to get up to him. And now we don't make the tackle. It's all about execution and reading your keys. Defense is all about reading your keys. And I'm going to just keep saying this till I'm blue in the face. These guys right here, them two guys right here, 54 and the other guy over there, they don't lie because they can't. Usually they can't lie because they don't have a guy cover them usually, so they can't lie. If they pulling, they're pulling. The ball is going to where they're pulling. Now, sometimes the offense can fool you and go the other way, but typically 95% of the times, watching them, they will tell you if they're firing off. They will tell you if they're setting back for a pass protection. They're going to tell you what this play is going to. Just watch the plays and you can tell when you're watching. That's a run. I don't even know what the zone right now. 55 is down the field right now. That's a run. No fakes. I don't have to know. They're running the ball. That's how you read. Now I'm getting technical. When I play corner, I'm reading through. If I'm here, I'm reading through this guard to the backfield. I'm really reading the guard first. I want to see if it's pass or run first. Then I go to the backfield. This is run all the way. Now the safety does a really good job. He's coming now. See the safety? Watch, he's downhill right now. Everybody else got to be downhill. We're waiting. Good hit. Who is that? Corker? I'm sure that's Corker. Now I'm going to say this. Now I'm going to just go slowly. Now I'm going to play at real speed like you're in the game. Watch the lineman. Now that's a little harder. Lineman's downfield. Look like for some reason we're in man here because he's not looking in the backfield, but everybody else is. That's a miscommunication. We almost make this tackle. Now, imagine if we make this tackle. They let him go. Don't even block him. He loses balance. Now, we got to defeat these. I don't know if you guys remember the Alabama film I showed when they played Georgia, how these guys went and defeated the blocker, not try to run around. You can't run around. We ran around. We can't run around. Now it just messes up all the fits. We can't run around. I'm going to say one thing. This guy right here, that Cook kid, they need to get him the ball some more. He was dangerous against Alabama. He was dangerous against us. This kid is legit. They just have so many damn backs. It's hard to give everybody some run. Now, we played. Now, this is out. Georgia gets under the center. This is when you can run your boots because you're under the center. That's a traditional boot. Under the center. We can't do it that way because we're in the shotgun. But we run some boots. Again. We got to read run, and we can't. We're too high. We're too high. We are catching. Linebackers are catching. Watch square two. Watch square. He catches too. We can't catch blocks. We can't catch blocks, especially when it's uncovered linemen and they're able to get to the top level. We can't catch blocks. You can't catch blocks. And this is the thing. Now, I don't know if, again, I keep saying this. I have to say this too. I need to say it earlier. I don't know the defense. It's not my defense. I don't install it. So what I'm saying is just from principles of defense. All my umpteen years of playing football, knowing defenses, this is just the fundamentals of defense. Bembry's got to have contain, or Devontae does. If he has contain, he's got to hit him and keep this arm free to turn him back into these guys. If he has contain, he lost contain right there. He needs to turn him back into Gibson, turn him back into Corker. See, Corker's right here. He turns him back into this gap. Maybe Corker can come and make this tackle here. You can't get beat outside if you have contain. If he doesn't have contain, right? If he doesn't, he needs to do a better job of getting in this gap. But since I see Isaiah Gibson as this gap, I think he has contain. So he's got to keep that outside arm free and turn him back inside because there's no one else outside. And now they are oozing us down this field. We're catching. We're catching everybody. The line of scrimmage is the black line, right? Look how deep we are. We got, see who this nose tackle is. We're missing Q so much because Q, is that Rodgers? Q could handle a double team. He could take up a double team just from experience. So that's the line of scrimmage, the black line. They create a new line of scrimmage all the way at least a yard down the field. That's not good. We got to keep this thing here or this way. We have gone the wrong way. Turn our back to the play. We can't see anything. We can't do that. Now they oozing us. It's unacceptable. We can't do that. Hold on, I gotta. Oh, Diaz. See, it's hard for me to say that. I don't want to say that all the time. Brandon say, well, BT Max says our DNs are not being disciplined on RPO. It depends on the call. That's hard to say because sometimes the coach will call for that DN to crash and for the linebacker to come around and have the quarterback. It depends. And then sometimes you also have to look at how Georgia blocks it. If they block the defense end, then it's not an RPO anymore. It's a call zone run, not a zone read anymore. Again, saw this on the game, and I said we are getting beat. So we gotta come. We're looking at the ball. Now, the way I was taught is you forget the ball. You don't worry about the ball. Right now, you worry about kicking this guy's ass. You worry about kicking the guy's ass that's in front of you. You press him back, just like the Alabama DBs did. You hit his ass, press him back, you stun him, and then you make this guy's job hard. Because if you are making this guy go this way, it makes his decision to run. He might have to bump it, bounce it outside even more. He's going to have to create even more of a hump, which gives guys more time to come and rally. Or you're going to hit him right into him. Or he's going to come inside right into you and you'll be able to make the tackle. We are catching tackles and we're going around blocks. The ball is handed off. These guys, this is not man. They're coming off. They're fine. It's run. Come and defeat the blocker. You got to defeat the blocker. And then you get to the running back. Look how we catching receivers. We catching. And I was taught in high school and college, if you catch a block, they should hold you. They should hold you. And they shouldn't call it. Because what are you doing? You got to defeat the block. We can't just sit here. I don't want to say the word that we were. You can't. And then the other thing, right now, you can't run around the block. When you run around the block, it creates a bigger valley. You got to push him back, straight back, so it doesn't create a natural running lane. When you run around, it creates a natural running lane. Natural running lane. See that natural running lane it creates? Now, this guy does a better job. It's probably Robinson does a better job of pressing. Corker's got to come downhill. Shoot the gap. Shoot your shot. We catching. That's a sense of urgency. I'm sorry, the sense of urgency. It's the little things. No one's going to be perfect. But you got to play to perfection. You got to play to perfection. And that's effort and attitude. Sometimes we don't have that mindset of every play is life or death. Every play. And as a corner, you don't know when that play's coming. Because they might run the ball 10 straight times, then throw a deep ball on you. And since you lost your lack of focus, they score on you. You got to be focused every freaking down, ready for giving your 100% effort. And let's go. Like this. If you don't know how I played, if you do know, you know right now what I'm doing. Because obviously right now, this guy has contained. It's obvious. Now, I'm the corner, Kevin Joseph. I'm coming, I'm coming like a scalding dog right up my gap. I'm going to force him to go to this guy. Or I'm going to make the tackle. We cannot wait here. We cannot wait. You cannot wait. You got to go. You got to go. This drive, they just beat our ass. It's just simple as that. They just defeated us on this drive. Now, later in the game, we played better. Now, this play. So, for me, it's obvious for me that Jordan Wright is crashing. If Jordan Wright is crashing, that means Jamin has come outside for the quarterback. Because if he's crashing, he's taking his responsibility. You get what I'm saying? And Kevin Joseph has to do a better job of reading this because whom does he have? Does he have the tight end or he has the back? He will have the tight end if they're in man. If he's playing, and I don't know, if the corner's over the top, he's got to be in man. He's got to read this better too. But Jamin can't take a false step. Because once he takes a false step, he's out leveraged. Yes, Elliot, that's what I'll be trying to do. That's what I'll be trying to do, for sure. Now we get the ball back. Now we have to sustain a drive. We have to sustain a drive. This is the scary part. This is when I say how missed opportunities. Watch this. If Kennard can get back to this linebacker just a little bit quicker, watch where this play could go. Now it would just be one-on-one with that DB. Look who makes the tackle. The guy that we barely missed on the block. Missed opportunities. Every yard counts, man, especially in the style that we're playing. That's the way the skinny threw there. C-Rod. Now, I'm also going to say this. C-Rod had more yards because he had more carries. C-Rod had 20 carries, 20 carries. We had 36 freaking plays against Missouri. You can't get carries unless you stay on the field. Period. Now, this is what I mean. So, we do the unbalance. And what it does is it puts a lot of stress on this guy. Now, that guy is technically in the box, but he's still worried about Ali. So actually, we only have 6 men in the box. 6 men with 5 tacklers. Number 6 is the running back. Most running backs can make one guy miss all day, every day. I want you to check this out. Double team. Drake and Fortner. Fortner goes off to the second level to the linebacker. Now we got a hat on a hat, right? Hat on a hat. Now all C-Rod has to do is beat the one guy. This is basic football. This guy, as I said, can't get there fast enough because he's got to respect his zone here and he's got to respect the quarterback. So we got 6 on 6. Boom. Runs over the 6th guy. First down. Watch that. Chip to the linebacker. This is perfect. This is perfect. O-line. Kennard pushes this guy. Try to push him this way. Create a big-ass window. Running lane. And now all we have to do is beat the one guy that we can't block. Boom. That's beautiful football. And I said that last week that we're going to have to stretch them out horizontally. And that's all you have to do. Now, you can't do it. You can't give them a constant dose because they're going to adjust. Those guys are just fast, right? Look how much space, look how much ground 16 makes. Look how much ground 16 makes. Look where 16's coming from. He's coming from about 12 yards deep. Watch. He's coming from 12 yards deep. He just runs them down. That's why you can't run outside consistently because they just got too much speed. There's too much speed. Now we go empty. Now, this is a situation of the quarterback has to be patient. He didn't set up this guy to think it was a run. To think it was a pass. He went too fast. All he had to do was take a heartbeat, catch it. 1,002. Now go. Now we got this sealed off pretty nicely, but 13 is not engaged. We needed to get him upfield a couple more steps. And then we got some, and you cannot keep turning back inside. Run this thing right here. Run it right there. He's not going to score. He's not going to score. But if he runs this thing, takes another half a beat step and go here, we might probably get the first down. He goes to, then he turns inside. There's no go. He turned to where the guy was blocking. This is hard. He hasn't played for 2 years. You run off your blocker's ass all the time. This is all the way to Pee Wee. You run off your blocker's ass always. He turned into no. You got a lineman engaged. All you had to do was go right here. That guy, unless you think he can one-arm tackle, he's a safety. He's not going to one-arm tackle. Go right there, and we get the first down. That's a problem. That's what we underestimated with Lynn running the quarterback position with the zone reads, because he has the eyes of a running back. These quarterbacks have the eyes of a quarterback. Just like when the running back runs the freaking wildcat and try to run the zone read, if you don't run enough, it's foreign to you. Now, they got us on this one. This is the perfect call for this. Sometimes you get the perfect call against a bad play. Now, he should read this too, but they play it pretty well. What they do is they overload this side. So they got the guard and the tackle occupied with linemen in the center. So they got 3 guys on 3. And they're going to make those guys try to rush inside to draw those guys inside and then come here. He's unblocked. You can't get him. The only guy who could potentially get him will be the running back. And he's on the wrong side of the quarterback. And he's going off for a route. But they just got us. They got us. That's a great defensive call against that play. Although it's 3rd and 2, like I consistently say, the DB should know down and distance. Georgia have shown this a lot. When the guy in the boundary, he's going to blitz. You got to know it's 3rd and 2. I got to get this ball out of my hands. I can't hold it. And A.J. Rose, you just got to throw it. You can't put your head down right now. He's looking down. You got to take the hit and throw the ball. Or move yourself away from the blitz and then throw the ball. This is what I mean by we're consistently inconsistent. Watch Bully on this play. Watch his get off. Watch his effort. Watch his intensity. Boom. Now, I also want you to watch 54 get a freaking hole, and this guy is looking fucking right at it. How does he not see this? That's a hole. Bully does what he's supposed to. Square is coming to field where he's supposed to. But he's got a guy riding on his freaking back, holding him. If you can't see the freaking hole, you don't need to be a ref anymore. It is right in front of you. It's right in front of you. This guy is riding his back. That's the definition of a hole. Throw the damn flag. That's good job by Bully. See, so Bully's got 2 plays in a row. Watch him get off. Watch him get on the other side of the black line. Gets on the other side of the black line. Watch the guy up top get the other side of the black line. That's what we need. That's how you win on defensive front. Get on the other side of the black line. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but we got to be aggressive. We got to be coming. And we got to be coming. Once you rerun, we got to come. We can't wait. Come, Davis, come. Stop. See, this is you can't play with him. You gotta come, go this way, straight through him. Right, Elliot. That was obvious hole. Come through him. Through him. If you bench press him back, you bench press him back. Make him turn inside. Wright might be able to retrace and tackle him here. But we got to be physical. We got to be physical. And I'm a former. This is not it. That's not it, man. You got to stalk block. You got to kill the stalk block. You got to kill the stalk block. Can't come in here tiptoeing to it. You got to go through him. Just like I'm going to keep saying, just like the Alabama guys did last week. You got to bench press him. That's too much. Jordan Wright's not slow playing it. We got to come. See, that's the hardest thing about defense, especially young guys, a guy with not enough reps. You got to handle your job. Your job isn't in here. Your job isn't in here. You got to trust that those guys are going to handle all of this responsibility. Your responsibility is the quarterback. You go get the quarterback. It's that simple. We can't be doing too much. No. You got to come get the quarterback. If that's your job, you come get the quarterback. Now, don't worry about all this. Those 6 guys supposed to handle it. 5 guys supposed to handle it. Your job is here. and we too soft on the perimeter. We got to beat now on this one, now they didn't run the zone read, but on this one, you can see the difference in Jordan Wright. He's playing slow playing the zone read. So that means Square has got to come here and take that gap for the zone. Its shoulders are parallel to the line of scrimmage, which to me means coach said we're going to slow play this time. The other time the shoulders were this way. He was screaming down the line of scrimmage. So that means a linebacker would have the pitch. Now we got him behind the chain. Got him off schedule. Now it's time to get off the field. That's great. Is that square? That's Jamin. We call it a blitz. Great penetration. That's not bad. That is, we got to make the tackle. We just got to make the tackle. We got to stop that first down. This is the opportunities. We are right there. We play this thing perfect. This is great penetration. Great penetration by Hoskins. It's a good job by Weaver. You just got to make that tackle. Good job by Joseph. Now, Joseph could have came up a little bit quicker, but make the tackle. I'm not going to argue too much with this because he made the tackle, but we can't sit for this long. This is what I talked about last year. You guys remember, people who was following me last year. Exactly. You got to rock them. This when a man, right? This safety probably has contained because you're in man. And the thing is replace. If he comes to get your safety, then you got to replace him. You looking to block? Now, he reads block. Now, he needs to come. He needs to come a little more aggressive. Come. Turn this running back into these guys. These guys here, I think that's probably square unblocked. Right there, squares unblocked. But you got to come. Don't wait. You don't want that running back to run over you. Shoot your shot. Good blitz. Although, this is nitpicky. Coach told us, I'm only going to give you a couple chances to blitz. If you show me you really don't want it, I have someone else do it. This is your one chance as a DB. Not every DB gets a chance to blitz. You come. Don't hesitate right there. You run through him. Get there. No hesitation. That's good read by Devontae to get there. Third and 8. Gotta make that tackle. I don't know where we're going. We gotta make this tackle. We do everything right. Everything right. Good drop. Although, I'm going to take that back. We're in straight man-to-man. That's your man. There is no drop. You see him coming out. He didn't block. He comes straight out. This is out. You got to get there. Unless coach is telling him to rob this curl, which could be a possibility. But even with that, you got to make that tackle. Come under control. Make that tackle. Externate. Now we got lucky. They punted. Now we need one first down. We need one first down as offense. So we can use our All-American punter. This is my problem. Now, we got lucky, and Smoke didn't even run a great route, but he's an off man against a linebacker. Watch this guy just hem up our receiver. We can't let this happen. This is consistent. We can't let that happen. We can't let that happen. Now, I don't know what's being coached. I don't. But he's not on the line of scrimmage. You got a couple yards. If I know I'm running a slant, there's two ways I'm going to do it. Either I'm going to really come off the line of scrimmage slow, let him slow backpedal, or I'm going to stem him outside, try to widen him for a step or two, and then come. We cannot go right into his chest because, like I said earlier, once you get into a DB's, once you let him put his hands on you, right there, it's done. It's done. Once I put my hands on you and I got you under my control, it's done. It's a decent route by Smoke, though. We got to do a better job in a wide receiver room, getting off of jams. Now, this is a good route. And like I said, I highlighted this. What we did a good job of is we started to stack guys. So then it's hard to press. One guy would have to press to make this happen. So we stacked and we did a good job of stacking. And this is what I call a Tim route. Tom route is the opposite. He goes outside and in. We used to call this Tim route in high school. This is a great route for receivers who can't get a lot of separation. Get them outside, bring them back in. Good route, good throw. Go up the field. As a receiver, this is nitpicking. You go catch the ball. You ain't got that much juice. You try to get everything this way. Stop hesitation. Try to get as many yards. Keep going. Keep going this way. Keep going that way until they tackle you. Stop this hesitation. We lost about 3 yards because of that. Keep running. Keep running. Now, this is what I want. I'm going to try to get this done, guys. I know it's an hour already, but I did spend the time answering questions. Okay, so this is when you know it's not a zone read. You usually read this guy. This is the guy you read either to pull or keep, pull or give. Riggs came from this side. He's blocking him now. So it's not a zone read. It is a zone run. There's no reading anymore because you're blocking the read guy. That's FY. That's why, even though it's the same action, doesn't mean you're reading it. That's a zone run, period. It's not a zone read. Now you see the difference? Now this is a zone read. His shoulders are square. He's not going this way. And he's also outside of the quarterback. You're usually going to give this because he has a chance to potentially run down the line of scrimmage and meet you at the pass. So you give this one the majority of the time, unless you think you can outrun him. That's a good read by C-Rod. Bounce that thing outside. Again, this is a call zone. Rig is blocking the guy you will read. We're blocking everybody. It's not a zone read. This is a zone. See that? We're not unoccupying him. We have a guy who's looking at him. So this is a call run. Now we're oozing them like they oozed us. Good pull. Now I would probably, that might have been a call pull too. Because we was blocking everybody. See, this is what I mean. This is why You can't run outside. Like someone asked earlier, you can't run jet sweep all the time. Because one thing, we don't have a guy who's a 4-2, 4-3 guy who can consistently get on the outside. Watch the safety, where he comes from. That's why. Guys from Georgia can run, man. They can put their foot in the ground. This is one of the boots. This is how we're going to run our boot, because we got to fake the zone read, because we're in the shotgun, the zone read to the boot. Now, Upshaw runs up Riggs back. He's got to do a better job of avoiding that. But we ran boots. We ran a few of them. But when they're playing man-to-man, the boots don't matter, because you're not fooling anybody with your fake. That's a good run by C-Rod to get us in position to go for this. We oozing them. Look how we form a line of scrimmage on the other side, almost on the first down. Look at this, a big defensive lineman. This is a D lineman on the first down marker. That's good work. Good block right here. Not that Fortner probably. Good block. We got him all the way down the field. There's a massive, you can see this. There's a massive push this way. Easy first down. Now we're working. Now we're working. Now we're oozing. This is a great play. We haven't ran this all year. This is really creative. We have, I think this is Upshaw. We have Red come and crack here, and then we lead with Upshaw. This is great play design. So for the people who are complaining about the plays, this is a great play design. Watch. Crack right there. Now we got Upshaw up on the next level. Now we just got to outrun people. That's great play design. We are oozing again. Now this is against the best defense in the conference, one of the best defenses in the country, and we're oozing them. We start on, I think, on the 7-yard line, another first down. We're oozing them. And we're talking about plays. Another great play design to get us an easy 5-6 yards. And they call yes, I remember. This is on a quarterback. This is purely on the quarterback. I remember this. Now, people will say it's on a receiver. You got to line up. Oh, excuse me. You got to line up. You got to line up. The quarterback is the captain of this ship. Ali didn't line up quick enough. So if you can see, I don't get the whole play. He's moving, right? And we got Harris going in motion, or is that Oliver? Oliver going in motion with Ali moving. You can't have two guys moving at the same time. That's on the quarterback. He comes to the line of scrimmage. He got to access it. I understand there's 3 seconds. If that's the case, you got to use a timeout. You can't lose yardage. Use a timeout and don't try to rush this thing. Timeout, timeout. But you got to assess this and make sure everybody's lined up and still before you send a guy in motion. That's always on the quarterback. That's just like when you're taking a snap on the center. It's always on the quarterback in that situation too. The quarterback's got to stay in there and get that ball. Even though we go 1st and 15. Even though now we're behind the chain. Seaver's not getting open. This is a consistency. When they play man-to-man, we have trouble getting open. And this is a good, for all the people who's saying that we're not trying to throw the ball down the field, we're clearing out now. We got guys going vertical. We got guys trying to stress the defense. It allows this to get us some garbage yards to get into third and manageable. That's a great call. You can say what you want. That's a great call. That gets us into 3rd and 4, which we are good at right now. Look at that. If we don't call that play, we don't get into this situation. When we can get a hat on a hat. Hat on a hat. Watch the hats on the hat. Hat on a 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 hat. Drake is able to get to the second level, get to the linebacker, get a hat on a hat. We can make things happen. That was a problem against Mississippi State. It was hard because of their defensive scheme to get a hat on a hat. Again, be a little more patient. This play kills me because I want you to see quarterback eyes right now are up. He's looking, he's surveying this side of the field. Now, to me, this is an obvious call by Coach Grant. Is in the play that Riggs chips and then release. He chips and then release. It's a closed formation. What I mean by closed formation, he's the end of the line of scrimmage. There's no one else outside of him up here. Everybody is this way. So the formation is closed by him. Okay. So the guy who would have him would be this guy. Because they're a man. He got him. You can see they're jamming here. Riggs releases automatically, which means that's part of the play. So here's the problem. Eyes up. Trying to read. He reads blitz. Eyes go down. Go down. See how the face mask goes down to the ground? All he had to do was keep his eyes up. Now, second thing, he has a little running lane there. So his eyes should be up anyway. He should know what he has backside. That's the problem. Obviously, he's new to the offense, but he should know what he has backside. This is touchdown. There's no one there. There's no one there. There's no one else over there. The only guy who can stop him was that linebacker. Look, there's no DBs over there. The formation's to the field. The only guy left over there is this guy. Right here. Oops. I have a problem with this freaking software sometimes. But that's touchdown. That's the little things. That's the little things that when I talk about opportunities, that's an opportunity we miss. The thing about it is we don't know what happens after if we would have scored 7. Now that puts pressure on Georgia. Kirby is just like Coach Stoops. They're defensive coaches, defensive minded, and they play it closer to the vest. They don't want to put their guys in bad situations. They don't. So, if they score, everything changed. The whole momentum of the game changes. The situations change. We got to take advantage of those opportunities. You don't get them a lot. Our margin of victory is really low. Could we have beaten Georgia? At the beginning of the game, I would have said no. But how the game played out, the defense only gave up 14 points. Normally when you give up 14 points, you feel like you can win the game. If you would have asked Stoops before the game, Coach Stoops, you're going to only give up 14 points, he would have smiled at you and said, we got a shot. Just give up 14, I think we got a shot. With the way that game turned out, yes, we had a shot to beat Georgia. We did. And think about it, we had them on 4th and 1, and if we execute the defense, we stop them there, they only score 7 points at that point, And like I say, then it puts the pressure. It puts pressure on them to now score. I said this before the year started. The reason why I picked us to beat Georgia before the season started in February was I thought our offense would be better. Because their offense was going to suffer. They lost once-in-a-lifetime back in Swift, and they lost Fromm, who's been a starter for forever. So they were going to hurt offensively, and they lost some offensive linemen. The offensive lineman is really down as far as returning starters. So I felt like we played them tough in Athens last year. So I felt like we had a chance. And this game showed we had a chance. And we offensively, we had opportunities. Like this one right here. We just didn't capitalize on it. That's a touchdown, man. It's easy as that. That's a touchdown. And when you get in 3rd and 11, it's easy to start calling defenses. Now, I don't know. Should we go to young receivers? Yes. I think so. Now, I don't know. Now, here's the tough part. Let me go back to it. I want you to see my eyes. Here's the tough part about going to young receivers. This is the best time to try because now you got 2 weeks. And now you can put in, you can see which plays they like and what plays that they can potentially execute on Saturdays. The thing about this is the SEC. And it's tough. The biggest transition is from high school to college, not college to the pros. And, you know, in high school, every other team has a really good corner. And they definitely don't have 2 good corners. So you are usually men against boys against some of these freaking corners in high school. So you just dominate because you're just bigger than them, just a little better than them. SEC, you can't do that. You can't just dominate them with athleticism. You got to do it with knowing how to run routes, know how to get to your route by doing something to make the DB think you're doing this. There's technique to running routes on this level. You just can't run route like you do in high school. There's techniques to it. There's releases. There's stems. There's a whole lot to running routes that people don't understand. So I've seen Drennan play a couple games, and he's still not quite there as far as executing routes to really accentuate his abilities. But he's getting there. But this extra week should help. And I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a couple of more young guys play this week. Thanks, BT Mac, for the question. Yeah, and we try something. I want to know from someone what happened to Tay Chromes. He was supposed to have that juice come out of Louisville. What's happening to him? Jay, yeah, the Coach Thomas remarks. Yeah, it's hard for me to say anything because I'm not at practice. But I keep saying this. In college, and people, if you haven't played in college, you would probably think I'm joking. There's really not that much coaching in college. It really isn't. And what I mean by that is building you up from ground zero to now. Now that can happen in the off season, but not in the season. You only have so many hours. You only have 20 hours to work on game plan. So you're going over the game plan. Now this week they could probably go over more fundamental technique. This is the time to do it. But in games, you just don't have time. It's like teaching a deep defensive back how to backpedal again. You just don't have the time. Now, I'm not going to disagree with him because I don't know. But I can't agree with him because I don't know either. I'm not at practice. But we had receivers. We had decent receivers in 2016. We had decent receivers in 2017. And Lynn Bowden first and Terry Wilson first year, we had decent receivers then. It's just we missed on some receivers in the last couple of recruiting classes. That's it. That's it. We missed on some receivers, and I think we are hitting again on these receivers if they continue to come. If Crawdis comes, Scott comes, if they hold true to their commitment, I think we'll start getting better again. But we hit a bad patch for sure. We had a real bad patch, and that's unfortunate. This play. Now, I don't know if we don't have a hot read. Now, like Mark asked, I'm going to answer your question, T-Mac, and beat T-Mac in the moment. Now, if there's no adjustment, this is twofold. You got double safety blitz. There's no one here. There's no one in this middle. There's no one because they're gone. This is one-on-one. Now, I'm going to just play the one-on-one first. Now, tell me if this receiver gets open. Even on a double move. He ran a freaking double move, and the cornerback is still on him, okay? So let me tell you, so he's not even open on a double move. Even if Gatewood throws the ball up to give him a chance, give him a 50-50 ball, it's not very good. But also, this should be a hot read. This is the thing. And I hope we have a hot read if we don't. This DB is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards off of him. If you read blitz and he goes right now, no step forward. I don't want that. Don't want that at all. That is a no. That's a no. Don't want that. You read safety blitz. He's 6 yards off. If he goes right now, he's beat. He's beat. He's 6 yards off. Is he going to cut him off at the pass there? No, because he just can't. Right there. Now, if you want to tell me, now, this is a situation. Oops, I don't have it on. Let me do that again. He's 6 yards off. If he goes right now, there's no way he can beat him at the pass. There's no way. Right now, he's 6 yards off. As shallow as you can get. Because there's no one else. He can almost, which is not what you would do, he can almost come and replace these guys right here. There's no way he can meet you there. There's no way. It's impossible. He's 6 yards off. You don't want to go to him. You want to go right there. You're not worried about these guys because they're man. If he does that, we have a chance. He runs a freaking double route and he's covered like a glove. Covered like a glove. Exactly. Jay Crawdad. Player development happens in the offseason, period. You can't do it during season. And maybe, if you want to say it, maybe the pandemic hurt some of the development because we miss spring football. We miss a lot of summer with the coaches. Maybe that hurt the development of the wide receivers. I will take that. I would say that that's more than not. All right, let's get through these last plays because we're creeping up on an hour and a half. I gotta do this one. This is what I mean by guys not handling their responsibility. You got to read the line and read the guards. This is on Jared Casey. His zone is where they run. They bracket this guy. It's like they playing man. Jared has the back on the fake. He has the back on the fake. This is no special play. This back just runs through the fake and just runs upfield. We got one guy who doesn't do what he's supposed to do. Everything else is covered like a blanket. He sneaks out, and there's no one there because we're bracketing this guy man, and we give it up. That's one guy. That's the way to run, Jamin. Then we come back and we play this play beautifully, but not as bad, not as good as I thought. Gotta make the tackle. Gotta make tackles. Gotta make good. This is a big interception. That's humongous. Now we got two defensive linemen who have made unbelievable catches. Pascal made almost a pick six, and now Hoskins. Hands. Gotta be a little more patient. And look at this right here. Gotta be a little more patient. And look, what if he goes this way? See that? What if he went, he's got all those blockers. What if he went, instead of going, always cutting it back where all the people are, look if he would have went. And if we would have got this, would have put more pressure on him. Well, we went here and then that way. Just that close, man. That's why the football is a game of inches. We're right there. We're right there. Right there. Now that's 7-3. You don't want to do anything stupid. You don't want to do anything stupid. Don't want to throw a cheap interception, get a cheap strip sack, because those also linebackers are really good for Georgia. Okay, yeah. Let me ask this question. BT Mac said no improvement to the passing game could crush our recruiting. Not really. It depends on how you recruit. What you do, you tell the guys, look at Coach Grand 2016 tape, 2017 tape. Look at Coach Grand Cincinnati tape when he's offensive coordinator at Cincinnati. We want to pass. And if you come here, you can start. If you go to XYZ school, you have to sit. If you come here, you the man. That's how you recruit guys like that. See, that's the problem. See, and that's the tough. Gatewood hasn't. BT Mac asked. He said, "I just don't see Gatewood as a runner. He looks timid. It's his first game. When he was in high school, he didn't look timid. He does look a little different now. It's his first game playing since high school. So I'm gonna give him a little time. Them guys are a little different. You can't." He was probably one of the biggest guys on the field in high school. He's not the biggest guy on the field anymore. He's definitely not the fastest anymore. Especially not against this team. Now, I want you to see, this guy is not open. Right? I want you to see. He's slow, 4.840. All right, Jay, question about it. Now, I don't know, Jay is my age, around my age. Now, Jay, when you used to have a stopwatch and you used to try to go stop that stopwatch real quick, how fast could you do it? The difference between a 4.8 and a 4.5 is 0.3 of a second. Get a stopwatch or get your timer on your phone and see how much 0.3 is. It really is not that much. It really isn't. It really isn't. So I think he's fast enough. Is he going to score a touchdown? No. But he's fast enough to get yards. That's all you want. There's not too many quarterbacks who runs that fast anyway. A 4.5 is a really good time for an athlete. There's a limited number of guys running 4.3s. It's just not that many. And I want to see. That guy up top is not open, right? Do you think this guy's open? Can't see? But he's got a guy right on him. He's not open either. He doesn't look open. It's hard, man, when you're not getting open. It's just hard. Now, this is they got us. I think there's an end zone cut. This one, they got us. Oh, it might have been another play I'm thinking about. Yeah, that's another play. We got to do a better job of rallying. Sense of urgency. Sense of urgency. We got to come downhill. We are a little too slow. Jameis a little too slow in this reaction. We need to be coming downhill hard. Eccles does a good job to try to beat that block. Jameis got to be a little faster. We got to beat this damn receiver. Receivers don't like contact. Whip his ass. See? He's blocked. That's too much. When I played, I used to love to have to stalk block. Because then I can make that receiver feel me. You put fear in the receiver heart for that. If he feels you coming full speed, like, oh, geez. Once you have a receiver, I know I'm old. This back in the middle 90s. Once I knew a receiver had to cut block me, I knew I was in his head. Once I knew he's supposed to stalk block me, instead of stalk blocking, he try to cut me, I'm laughing. Because now you don't want this smoke anymore. And when you don't want this smoke, if you run a hitch, I'm coming to tattoo you. Early in the game, I didn't take chances on hitches. Like the hitch I intercepted against Louisville. Don't take chances. I want you to feel me first. I want you to feel all this plastic on your back first. Then we'll venture into, okay, do I want to get a pick or not? But first, I want you to feel me. So then that affects the whole game. Ooh, I don't think I want to go to number 17 side. Yeah, that might. He bringing it. I don't want that smoke this game. I'll go to the other side. A little too much. All that said, display hurts. You cannot do that. Weaver, we cannot jump. The 3-man rush. Do you really think? Come on. 3-man rush. Come on. Gotta do better. Gotta do better. Gotta hold that water. Gotta do better. Now, this play. Now, this one I was wrong on. What I want you to see. The ball gets blocked. Watch the guys. I want you to watch this guy here. He knows what he's doing. No one runs to the sideline. Normally, when you get a block, everybody's used. Venture right to the sideline. Watch what they do. They looking at the other team. They looking. Look what Jamin does. He's looking like he's going out sideline, but watch what they're doing. Look, he starts to slow down. You know why? Because they're trying to set up a wall. Look at them. They all looking. Look, they looking back, trying to set up a wall. Now, they didn't execute it perfectly, but they're coming. This is not, I was wrong. I'm totally wrong. Look what Eccles does. He's looking for a block. They did not. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing the whole time. They set up pretty nicely, actually. But they just didn't quite execute it. We missed that block. And that guy makes the tackle. See that? Look at them. They're blocking. Look at Joseph. They set this up. This is a wall, man. This is a wall. This is a wall. So everybody, including myself, that said some bull on Saturday, we were wrong. Now, if you want to say they didn't block it well, they're on freaking defense. Yeah, they did not block it beautifully. But they ran. We missed this guy. Now, I don't know if Weaver could outrun the big lineman, but look at that. If we block him, there's guys out in front. Look at that. We're blocking. There's a wall. There's a wall. There's a wall. There's a wall. So everybody who said some stuff, you got to apologize. Because we tried. Just didn't get to it. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. That went an hour and a half. On Wednesday, I'm going to try to keep it an hour. I really appreciate you guys joining, and I really appreciate you guys asking questions. Well, Jay, I mean that other team's on the field too. They try to score. I mean, what do you want? I mean, they tried to block it and they tried to score. They just didn't get there. We missed one block. We missed a block. We missed a block. The other team is on scholarship too. They know what to do too. And we had a chance. We just didn't make it happen. All right. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys asking questions. Jay Hayes, BT Mac, another BT Mac, Brandon, Elliot, Jay Crawdaddy. I appreciate you guys. All right. I will see you guys on Wednesday.